Poppy's mission is to just make the world happy and cute and to love everyone.
Hi, you're watching NME. We're here with Poppy.
Hi, I'm Poppy.
How are you doing today, Poppy?
Good, how are you?
Not bad at all. How are you enjoying London?
It's cold.
It's October, you picked the time.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, your album's coming out on October 31st.
Halloween.
How spooky. Why did you choose Halloween?
Well, Halloween's my favorite holiday, and I just felt that it was right.
Do you make an effort to dress up?
Yes.
What's been your best Halloween costume?
One time I was a firefly.
Wow. How did you go about that?
I put a tap light on my chest.
Simple things. So, Am I a Girl? It's coming out October 31st. Where does it take your sound from the last record?
I think it's definitely evolved, and it's a lot more dancey than the last record. It's a lot darker, and thematically it's a lot more about fashion.
It's a very evocative title. I mean, what can you tell us about that?
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Cool.
Am I a girl or am I a boy?
So you think everything's fluid?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's a spectrum.
And what can you tell us about the lyrical themes of the record?
I talk a lot about clothes, and also there's a little bit about robots and girls and boys.
If the record had a message, what would you say it is?
I'd probably say freedom.
Freedom. Do you think there's a lack of freedom at the moment?
I don't think there's a lack of freedom, but I think people need to take more risks and question more things.
And you've got some interesting collaborators on the record. I mean, for a start, how did you come to interact with Grimes first time around?
Well, she followed me on Twitter, and I sent her a message and I said, hey, do you want to make a song? And she said, okay. And then we met up outside of the studio and we talked about music. And then she came to my studio and we made 2 songs. One of them is on my album, and it's probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever been a part of.
What would you say that song's dealing with?
That song is about destroying things. It's technically separate from Am I a Girl?
What kind of things do you want to destroy?
Corporations.
How does Grimes feel about that?
I think she likes it.
Sweet. And what about Diplo? How did you? Obviously, you're on his label. What would you say he brings to the record?
Well, Diplo, he signed me to Mad Decent, and I think he's a very nice guy. And he sent me a couple of loops, and I said, I like this one, and we wrote to it. I wrote to it, and then he said, okay. And a guy named Oliver produced on it as well.
And the last time we spoke, we talked about your dream collaborations, and you mentioned Marilyn Manson. Do you reckon, did he read that? Has he been in touch?
Yes, I've talked to him.
Oh, wow.
He's very nice. Yeah, he said he likes my videos a lot, and I like his artwork a lot. And Titanic Sinclair and I are big fans.
Would you go metal for Manson?
Well, there might be a surprise on the album.
And you mentioned the videos there. I mean, how would you describe your visual language?
I would say it's performance art. I really like Andy Warhol a lot, and David Lynch. Titanic Sinclair and I are big fans, and I think that people seem to really like when I make YouTube videos, so we've made almost 400 of them.
that's a lot. I mean, how do you find the inspiration? Because topics you choose are sort of, I don't know if there's a thread between them, but they always have an impact. So how would you describe kind of the thought process behind choosing what you go out with a video?
Well, sometimes Titanic Sinclair and I just sit in the studio and we think about what's popular at the moment, and also what's a part of the bigger picture, because all of the videos tell a story if you start at the beginning. And sometimes I talk to plants, and sometimes Charlotte just tries to take the spotlight away from me.
For those who aren't aware, how would you describe kind of your rivalry and relationship with Charlotte?
Well, Charlotte thinks that she can be more famous.
What's stopping her?
Well, you see, she's like a mom, and also she's just a little bit delusional.
And the reactions your videos get are quite intense as well. I mean, how would you describe your relationship with your fans?
Well, they're my cult, the cult of Poppy. And please join poppy.church. My connection's very close with my fans, and they really respect me a lot, and I love them very much. They like to share the word of Poppy on social media. Every show is more of a ceremony than a show.
And how would you describe your live shows? 'Cause obviously your videos are kind of static, but I understand your live shows are the complete opposite of that. It's quite a full-on choreographed affair.
Well, people want to be entertained, and Poppy's not boring. And I've been to shows before where people are very boring and they just stand there, and I don't want to do that.
And beyond the show tonight, I mean, are we going to see you back in the UK next year? Do you think you'll do festivals, maybe Glastonbury?
I would love to.
Poppy
If
at
I get the
Glastonbury 2019.
invitation.
Make it happen. Michael
Yes.
Eavis. And speaking of the future, I mean, have you had? I imagine you're writing and working all the time. You seem like a kind of restless creative. I mean, have you had any thoughts about your next record?
Yes, I've already started working on it. They told me not to talk too much about it, though, because they want me to promote Am I a Girl? But I've already started writing the third one, and I just really want to play that music now.
Amazing. I mean, do you have a kind of frame of mind? I mean, when do you think it'll be due?
Mid next year.
Okay, so it's a non-stop
Yes.
process now.
Because if you stop, then people get bored.
And do other people's expectations weigh on your mind? Because we said you have that kind of intense fan. There's like what they expect of you ever play on your mind?
Well, I just don't read the comments because I just want to focus on my vision. And I don't want anyone's opinion to affect that. So I don't read the comments.
So you don't like, on the flip side of what people might expect of you, do you have any kind of sense of if there's a misconception about Poppy, if people ever get the wrong idea about you?
I don't think so. Poppy's mission is to just make the world happy and cute and to love everyone. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
Amen. Which is an amazing note to end on. Poppy, thank you so much for your time.